Hi, I am Sajin. Today I'll be discussing about GRE and we'll be looking into a GRE maths topic, that is quantity comparison with numbers. So firstly, let's look at the exam structure of GRE. So basically there are four sections: analytical writing, verbal section, quantitative reasoning section, and experimental section. Now the experimental section can be quant or it can be verbal, so I'm counting that as a different section. All right, now we'll be focusing today more on the maths part. Okay, so in maths section you will be getting 20 questions, and there are basically two sections in that. Each section contains 20 questions, and for that you will be provided 35 minutes each, right? And the score that you can get is minimum 130 and the maximum being 170, right? Same is for verbal, right? But there the timing is different. For 20 questions you will be given 30 minutes, right? Now let's see the type of questions that are being tested in the quants part. So one type is quantity comparison. Then we have multiple choice question with single response and multiple response. The quantity comparison questions that the GRE tests you on, we'll be looking at that today. That's a particular type of a question that is being tested, and that can be asked from any chapter. Okay. Now for multiple choice question, that means they will give you options and you have to select one of them as the correct answer for single response. And in multiple response there can be multiple answers, right? There can be more than one correct answer. And then there comes gradient question, in which there will be no options provided to you, so you have to just input your value in that. No option will be provided to you, so I can term that as a subjective question in which no option is provided to you. Okay, now it is a section adaptive test. Now GRE is basically a section adaptive test. That means if you have performed well in the previous section, now let's talk about a particular maths part, right? Now if you have performed decently well in the first math section, for example, you have done let's say 18 to 19 questions correct in the first section, so that means you have performed decently well. Then based on that you will get the next section. That means that you will be getting a bit of a higher level section as compared to the previous section in terms of difficulty, I'm saying. Okay, now the maximum that you can score in GRE cumulatively is 340, right? And most of the students aim for a score of 325 plus in GRE, right? That's their basically the dream score. And for that, for getting that score, you need to score maximum in the maths part. So you should aim for a full 170 in maths, right? And that will come when you know approaches that will save your time, right? Now you can see that it is a time based exam, so you need to manage your time well. You can see that there are 20 questions, and for that you are given 35 minutes. So there will be some questions that will take a lot of time to solve, right? But there will be some questions that can be solved within seconds as well. That can be solved just by looking at the answer choices, right? So you should know the strategies by which you can get to the answers quickly, right? But will be some questions in which you have to just look at the option and get to the correct answer, right? So but you need to know the strategies, then only you will be able to get to the answer quickly. So in today's class we'll be looking at a specific type of question, that is quantity comparison. So let's start with that. Okay, so today we'll be discussing quantity comparison basically with numbers part. Okay, so now how does a quantity comparison question look like? Now this is a quantity comparison question. Y is not equal to 0 is a condition given to you. There will be two quantities given to you, that is quantity A and quantity B. Quantity A is minus 10y, quantity B is minus y, right? This is given. And if you look at the answer choices of quantity comparison question, four options are always given to you. That is quantity A is greater, then quantity B is greater, then two quantities are equal, the relationship cannot be determined from the information given. Now, if you check your official guide, uh, your mock test, or the actual GRE that you will be giving, for the quantity comparison question, the answer choices always remains the same. That is, the sequence of answer choice and the answer choice always they are same. So you don't have to waste your time always reading the answer choice again and again, right? As we know that answer choice and the sequence will always remain the same, so first thing to note is we have to firstly understand what does the answer choice actually mean in advance, right? So that we don't waste our time again and again to read the question and the answer choice, right? Read the answer choice again and again. So firstly, let's see what does the answer choice actually mean. So first answer choice means that quantity A is always greater than quantity B. Quantity B is never greater than quantity A. They are never same. So I can say that answer choice A means that quantity A is always greater. So answer choice B means quantity B is always greater. Answer choice C means both of them are always equal. And quantity D means that I'm not getting a specified relation between both the quantities. Sometimes quantity A is greater, sometimes quantity B is greater when we are trying different values. We'll see how to solve these type of questions. And then sometimes they can be equal as well, right? Depending on the number that we are testing on the quantities that are given to us in the question. Okay. So let's move on to the first question. Now, for these type of quantity comparison question, your scratch paper, you will be basically provided a scratch paper in your GRE exam. So your scratch paper should look like this. Now, this is my quantity A. These are my answer choices A, B, C, D. This is quantity B. Okay. Now, this is my condition y is not equal to 0, minus 10y, minus y. So firstly, try a value of y. Now you can try a value of y that should satisfy this condition. That means y is not equal to 0. So that means y can be any number which is not equal to 0. Any number other than 0. So let's try a simple number. Let's try y is equals to 1. We can try that. Yes, we can. So if we try y is equals to 1, what will be this? This will be minus 10. What will be this? This will be minus 1. Which one is greater? Quantity B is greater. So if quantity B is greater, which all answer choices can I eliminate? I can eliminate answer choice A, answer choice C, right? Based on that, we can eliminate answer choice A and answer choice C. Now, any other number that you want to try? Can we try a different number? Do you want to try a positive number? Let's try a different variety of number. The main thing is we have to try different variety of number. Let's try y is equals to minus 1, right? If I try y is equals to minus 1, I've tried a positive number, I'm trying a negative number, right? So that I might get a different result. So this will become 10, this will become 1. So which one is greater? Quantity A is greater, right? Here in this case, quantity A is greater. So I can eliminate answer choice B as well. Which option will be correct? Answer choice D, right? There is no specified relation between the given variables. Sometimes quantity B is greater. When I substituted y is equals to 1, I got quantity B greater. And when I substitute y is equals to minus 1, quantity A was greater, right? So in this case, I'm not getting a specified relation between the two quantities. So my answer will be D. That relationship cannot be determined from the information given. So this is the way how we need to solve these type of quantity comparison questions, right? Okay, now let's take some more examples to understand how to take numbers basically, right? Okay, this is a different example. Now here they have given that x is greater than y is greater than 0, and quantity A is 6x, quantity B is 7y. Okay. Now in this case, firstly we'll set up our scratch paper. This is quantity A. These are answer choices A, B, C, D. This is quantity B. Okay. Now this is 6x. this is 7y, x is greater than y is greater than 0. Okay. So let's try a simple number. We can try x is equals to 2 and y is equals to 1, right? So x is equals to 2, y is equals to 1. What will this be? This will be 12. What will this be? This will be 7. Which option, which quantity is greater? Quantity A is greater, right? So if quantity A is greater, which option can I eliminate? I can eliminate answer choice B and answer choice C, right? Because if quantity A is greater, B and C cannot be correct, right? Okay. Now, can we try a different number? Now, the main question is what type of a number we should try to get a different answer. Now, for the previous question, what we did, we we found out that firstly I tried a positive number, then I tried a negative number, then I was able to get to the get to my desired result, that there is no relation between the two quantities. But now here in this case, I've tried one value. Can I try a negative value? No, I cannot try a negative value because in the condition they have given that both x and y are greater than 0. So if both x and y are greater than 0, I cannot try a negative value in this case, right? Okay. Now the main question is how to select numbers, right? We can only think about positive numbers, we can only think about negative numbers. Some other numbers, are they coming into your mind? Yes, there is a way in which you can try different variety of number. What's that way? Let's see that. Okay, in this case, this is the thing, that is frozen. By this acronym, you will be able to remember all the possible varieties of numbers that you can think about, that is frozen. So let's take some example to understand this. Fraction, you know, fraction is 1 by 2, 3 by 4, all those numbers are fractions. So fraction is a different variety of number that you can try, right? In the first case, you have to try simple numbers only. By that, you will be able to eliminate two of the options. Then when you are inputting some other values, then you have to think about some other weird numbers so that you can get to your desired result. Okay, you get a thing. So basically you have to try a different number in the second case to refute the thing that you proved earlier, right? Now, if in case here in this case quantity A is greater than B, so it has quantity A has to be greater than B in the all the possible variety of numbers that I am thinking about, right? So it has to be true under the case of a negative number, under the case of a fraction, if the condition in the question is allowing us to do. For example, here in this case, they have given that both of them are positive. So I cannot try a negative number in this case. I have to try a positive number. Okay. Now, fraction, these are the things. Now, what is repeat? Repeat, I'll explain in this particular question only, right? What is basically repeat? Okay, 1. 1, you all know 0. Okay. Now, for 0, you should know one thing, that 0 is an even integer and 0 is neither positive nor negative. Right. How can this help me? Negative is negative positive. You can try a positive number, you can try a negative number. I have to explain extremes and I have to explain repeat. Repeat, extreme. Okay. Now, how will this help that 0 is neither a positive number nor a negative number? For example, if in the question they have given a condition that x is a non-negative integer. X is a non-negative integer. This is given to us, right? Now, if x is a non-negative integer, then in that case, now how the student thinks? They basically think, when I'm saying that x is a non-negative integer, the numbers like this will come into your mind. 1, 2, 3, all these numbers. But we tend to miss out 0, right? So whenever you see that x is a non-negative integer, that does not mean that x is only positive integer. That means x is equals to 0 and all the positive integer, right? 0 and positive integer. So what you have to do, you have to put x is equals to 0 as well when you see this. Or they have given that x is a non-negative integer, right? If they have directly given that x is neither positive nor negative, then directly it means that x is equal to 0, right? Now what is extreme? Okay, now for that, let's take a condition. Now I have to explain what is extreme. So for example, they have given us a condition in question that if x is between 0 and 11, right? X is between 0 and 11. If x is between 0 and 11, let's take a simple number. Let's say I'm taking x is equals to, let's say, 3, right? And when I put this 3 in the quantity, I'll get, let's say, a is greater than b. Okay, I'm getting this. Now, in order to get a different thing, or the thing that to refute the thing that I've proved earlier, I have to take a different value. Okay, so what value can I take? Let's take x is equals to 0.1. Why I've taken 0.1? Because this is too small, and it is also satisfying the condition given in the question that x is between 0 and 0 and 11, but they have not given that x is an integer. So I can take a decimal value in this, right? So there is no problem in that. Okay. Now let's say by trying this number also, I got this value, this thing, that a is greater than b. So here also I'm getting that a is greater than b. So now what can I do? Now you have to try another extreme value that is too large. So x is equals to 10.9. Now what mistake student make is that he'll try x is equals to 10. He'll get a thing, but he won't try x is equals to, that particular student won't try x is equals to 10.9. But you have to try 10.9 as well. Now 10.9 is comparatively big if I compare it to 0.1, and both of them are satisfying the condition given in the question, that both of them are between 0 and 11. 0.1 is also between 0 and 11, 10.9 is also between 0 and 11, but these two are extreme values that I am trying, right? So that I can get a different variety, different type of an answer, that is, I might refute the thing that I proved earlier, right? So I have basically tried the extreme numbers. Okay, this is also a way to try a different variety of number. Okay, now one thing is left, that is repeat. Before that, in case of R, here you can write rational, irrational as well. That is also a different variety of rational, irrational. Now what are rational number, what are irrational numbers, right? We need to know. Okay, rational numbers, if we go by the bookish definition, that is nothing but number that can be represented in a by b form, and the denominator part, b is not equal to 0. That's a bookish definition. So what can be their examples? It can be half, it can be simple integers 1, 2, 3, all of that, right? Okay, so my question is 1.3 bar a rational number or a irrational number? Is 1.3 bar a rational number or a irrational number? You can think about it. Okay, now 1.3 bar basically means 3, 3, 3, 3. It goes on repetition. It's a non-terminating repeating decimal. Okay, so I can write this as basically 1 plus 0.3 bar. Right. So 1 plus 1 by 3, that gives me 4 by 3. Now basically I have, these numbers can be converted into fractions. So rational numbers can also be, they can, the terminating decimals are definitely rational numbers, and non-terminating and recurring, that means that gets repeated, right? That has a specific pattern of repetition, that is a rational number. So my question now is pi a rational number or irrational number? Pi a rational number. Is pi a rational number or an irrational number? Now many of you might say that pi is a rational number. Why? Because we know that value of pi is 22 by 7, so it is represented in the fraction form, so pi is a rational number. But that's wrong, right? Pi is not a rational number. Why? Because what this value 22 by 7 that we are taking is for our simplicity, our calculation simplicity. The actual value of pi is not 22 by 7. It is something like 3.14, and it goes on, and there is no specific pattern of repetition after the decimal, right? There is no specific pattern of repetition, right? So basically it is non-terminating, terminating, and non-recurring. It is non-terminating and it is non-recurring. So that's why pi is a irrational number. Pi is an irrational number. Pi is an irrational number. Okay. So we have discussed all of them. Now there is no specific pattern in which you have to follow. This is not in sequence, frozen thing, right? So firstly, how to try numbers? You have to firstly try simple positive integers only. Based on that, you will be able to eliminate two options. Then you can follow any sequence, right? You can try with the 1, you can try with 0, you can try with fractions, right? Then you will be able to test basically all the possible variety of numbers and see whether the answer that we got, whether it be A is greater than B is greater than A, or both of them equal, are they being the same in all the possible variety of numbers that I am trying, which my condition in the question allows. Okay. Now I am left with only repeat thing. What is repeat? All the other part I have covered. Okay. Now let's see what is repeat. Let's move on to the previous question that we had left. In that question, I'll explain you what is repeat. Okay, in this question. So they have given that x is greater than y is greater than 0. This is given to me, right? So firstly, what can I do here? We had firstly taken simple values only, a, b, c, d. These are my options. Let's take x is equals to 2, y is equals to 1. So this was coming out to be 12 and 7. This is greater. So I had eliminated these two options, b and c, right? Now, repeat means you can reuse the numbers that are given in the question, right? Repeat means you can reuse the numbers that are given in the question. So what are the numbers that are given in the question? Numbers given in the question are 6 and 7. 6 and 7 are the numbers given in the question. So y is equals to, as y is, x is greater, so I'll take x as 7 and y as 6, right? If I substitute x as 7 and y as 6, what will I get? I'll get 42 here and 42 here. So both the quantities are equal. So if both the quantities are equal, I can eliminate answer choice A as well. My answer choice B is correct, right? So this is repeat. Repeat is basically reusing the numbers that are given in the question, right? So basically what I did, I reused the number that was given to me in the question, right? And I was able to refute the thing that I proved earlier, which was A is greater than B. When I reused the numbers that was given in the question, I found out that both the quantities are equal. So this is also a different way of trying different variety of number, right? Reusing the numbers given in the question itself. Okay. So I hope that this particular question made you understand, and the frozen thing made you understand what are the different variety of numbers that you can think about, and you can test in the question given that goes with the condition given in the question. Okay. All right. Let's move on to our next question. A, B, and C are consecutive even integers such that C is the greatest and A being the lowest. This is given to me. Okay. Now, there are some particular questions. Now, all the questions that we did till now for quantity comparison, we were trying numbers. But to save our time, we should know some approaches that will get to my answer very quickly. Now, this is one of those type of questions. If this particular question comes into my exam, I will take seconds to solve it, right? Why? Because I know some concepts that will get to me to the correct answer in very less time frame. Okay. For that, let's take an example. For example, I'm taking a simple example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, what will be average of this? You will say that to find out the average, we'll add all of them, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, and then we will divide it by 5. We'll get 15 by 5. 15 by 5 is 3. 3 is my average. But if you notice the series very carefully that is given in the question, you can see that the gap between the number is constant. What do I mean by that? I mean that gap throughout is 1, right? So gap throughout is 1. So when gap between number is same, when gap between numbers is same, when the gap between the number is same, then in that case, first thing to notice, average is equals to median, right? What is median? Median is basically the middle number. So I can directly say, when the gap between the number is same, I can directly say that the average is equals to middle number. Directly my average will be equal to median. The second thing that we need to know is average is equals to first term plus last term divided by 2. So average is nothing but first term plus last term divided by 2. So 1 plus 5 divided by 2 gives me 3. That is my average. Okay. So how would this help me in this particular question? Now, if you go through this question carefully, they are saying that A, B, and C are consecutive even integers such that C is the greatest and A being the lowest part, right? So can I say that A plus C, that is first term plus last term divided by 2 will give me the average, that is middle number, right? Middle part is average. So can I shift this 2 here? So I'll get A plus C is equals to 2B. So can I write A plus C as 2B here? Now quantity A is 2B, quantity B is 2B plus 2. So which has to be greater? Directly quantity B is greater. So my answer is B. There was no need of testing any number in this case. Why? Because I already know a concept which will save my time. Now there are numerous number of concepts like this and shorter ways that we'll learn in the arithmetic part of GRE, right? There are many shortcuts, right, which will get to your correct answer very quickly and effectively without trying the basic approach even, right? So here in this case, you can see that what I did, I knew the concept that when the gap between the number is same, then average is equals to median, and average is also equals to first term plus last term divided by 2. So I directly applied the shorter way in this question and I was able to get to my answer pretty quickly, because here in the question they had given that A, B, and C are consecutive even integers. Now by consecutive even integers, they indirectly mean that the gap between the number is 2, or I can say that gap between the number is same. So when gap between the number is same, then average will be equal to median and average will be equal to first term plus last term divided by 2. So I directly got my answer through this. That was B. There was no need of trying numbers in this, right? Okay. Let's move on to our next question. Okay. Here the questions that we did till now were having one condition in it. Here in this particular question, I am having two conditions. One condition related to X and the other condition related to Y is given to me. Okay. So firstly, what we'll do, we'll set up our scratch paper, quantity A. These are my answer choices A, B, C, D. This is quantity B. Okay. So first number that we can think about, let's take X is equals to, I can take 5 because it is between 0 and Y is equals to half. Let's take the midway. This is 9 and X minus 5. So 5 minus half, that gives me 4.5. So which one is greater? Quantity B. If quantity B is greater, which options can be eliminated? Answer choice A and C. Okay. A and C can be eliminated. What else can we try? What are the other numbers that we can think about? Any other number that is coming into your mind? Can you think about extreme? Because here they are talking about the inequality part. So you can think about extreme values. So what extreme number do you want to, now look, here we have got quantity B greater than quantity A. Now, in order to get quantity A greater than quantity B, that means X minus Y has to be greater than Y, 9. So if X minus Y has to be greater than 9, we have to try a big number for X and a small number for Y, right? So what number can I try? I can try X is equals to 9.9. X is equals to 9.9. And for Y, what number can we try? We can try 0.1. So 9.9 minus 0.1 will give me 9.8. So is 9.8 greater than 9? Yes, it is. So I can eliminate option B as well. My answer choice D is correct in this case. So basically, what did I do in this case? I selected the extreme values. For X, I selected 9.9. For Y, I selected 0.1, and I was able to refute the thing that I proved earlier. So this is how you need to select different variety of numbers in order to refute the thing that we proved earlier and get to the correct answer quickly. Okay. Now let's move on to our next question. Okay. A simple word problem is given. Here also we'll use the number method. So let's firstly, as it is a quantity comparison question, let's set up our scratch paper. Quantity A, B, C, D. This is quantity B. Okay. Item F costs 3 times as much as item G. So I can write that F is equals to 3G. F is equals to 3G is given. And item H costs 4 more than 1/3 of G. So H is equals to 4 plus G by 3. What is quantity A? Quantity A is F. What is quantity B? Quantity B is H. Right? These two things are given to me. So let's plug in a value for G. Put a value for G. If I try G is equals to 1, what will be F? This will be 3. What will be this? This will be 4 1 by 3. Which one is greater? Quantity B. So if quantity B is greater, I can eliminate answer choice A and C. Right? Any other value that I can think about? Yes, we can try G is equals to 3. So if we try G is equals to 3, what will be F? F will be 9. What will be this? 4 plus 3 by 3 will give me 4 plus 1, 5. Which quantity is greater? Quantity A is greater. So I can eliminate answer choice B as well. My answer choice D will be correct in this. That is the relationship between two quantities cannot be established, right? So here also we tried different. Firstly, this was a different variety of question in which word problem was given. So I formed the equation, and for that, then I put it values, right? Different values to get to my correct answer. Okay. Let's move on to our next question. Okay. Now there are some questions in which without trying numbers also we can solve the question. For example, in the previous last to last question, we knew a concept, we directly got to our correct answer, right? The average is equals to median thing. Now here in this case, in some questions you can directly do algebra and get to the answer. Let's see how. Now here they have given A, B, a condition is given and this is given. So the average of A and B, what will be average of A and B? A and B will be A plus B divided by 2. And the value of A and B is already given in the question. So D plus 2 whole square, D minus 2 whole square divided by 2. Okay. D plus 2 whole square is D square plus 4 plus 2D plus D square plus 4, this is 4D minus 4D divided by 2. Okay. So plus 4D and minus 4D gets cancelled out. So 2 can be taken out common. D square plus 4 divided by 2. So what we are getting? We are getting for quantity B, D square plus 4 only. Quantity A is D square plus 4. Quantity B is D square plus 4. So both the quantities are equal. So my answer in this case will be C. right? So in this question, we followed a different approach in which we solved the question algebraically and we were able to get to our correct answer quickly. Okay. You could have tried numbers as well in this question, no problem. Okay. So here in this case also we can solve it algebraically, right? X by 6, 6 by 2 is 3, so x by 6, 3 minus 2 is 1. So from here what we'll get x is equals to 6. Here 9 by 3 plus 2 is equals to 3. If we solve this, 9 by 3 is equals to 3 minus 2 is 1. So y is equals to 3. I've got value of y as 3. Just substitute the values. 6 minus 1 divided by 3. Y is equals to 3 minus 1 by 6. So this will give me 2. What's this giving me? This is giving me half. Alright. So what will be correct answer in this case? The correct answer in this case will be, so 6 minus 5, this is 5 by 3. Right. This is 5 by 3. Okay. So, and this is 2 by 6. So 2 by 6 is 1 by 3. So I'm getting 5 by 3 and 1 by 3. Which quantity is greater? Quantity A is greater. So my correct answer is A in this case. Okay. Clear? So here also we solve the given condition algebraically and we were able to find out values of x and y separately and we got to our correct answer, that is quantity A is greater than quantity B. Okay. Let's move on to our next question. Okay. Now here in this case they have given that a square is equals to b cube and a and b both are integers. So let's set up a sketch paper, quantity A, quantity B, A, B, C, D, right? Okay. Now, what values can we try? We can try A is equals to 1, B is equals to 1. Yes, because it will satisfy my condition. So both of them will be equal. I can eliminate A and B. Any other number that is coming to your mind? Yes, we can try A is equals to 8, B is equals to 4, right? If we take A is equals to 8, 8 square is 64, 4 cube is 64, right? Both of them are equal, but here I'll put 8, this is 4, this quantity is greater. So I can eliminate answer choice C. My correct answer will be D in this case, right? Clear? Okay. Let's move on to our next. Okay. Now m by p is greater than n by p. Now many students, what they will do, they will directly cancel out p and they will say that m is greater than n. That's completely wrong approach. Here nowhere they have given that m and n are positive integers or something like that, right? You have to try with different numbers, then only you will be able to get to the correct answer in this case. So let's try quantity A, answer choice A, B, C, D. Let's try different numbers. If I try m is equals to 2, n is equals to 1, p is equals to 1. Okay. So in this case, what we'll get? M is equals to 2 by 1, n is 1 by 1. So is it satisfying my condition? Yes, 2 is greater than 1. It is. You have to only take numbers that satisfies the condition. Yes, it is. Now m is 2. What is n? This is n. What is n? N is 1. So in this case, quantity A is greater than quantity B. So if quantity A is greater than quantity B, I can eliminate answer choice B and C. Right? Answer choice B and C can be eliminated. Now if we change our values, let's take P as negative, M as 1, N as 2, and P as minus 1. If we take these values. So here I'll get minus 1 greater than minus 2. Yes, it is satisfying my condition, but if I put these values here, what will I get? 1, 2. Which one is greater? Quantity B. So I can eliminate answer choice A as well. My answer choice D will be correct in this case, right? Clear? Okay. So here in this case, You have to avoid these mistakes that directly cancel out p and p, and directly you will get m greater than n. That's not the case here, right? You have to try numbers. By trying numbers, firstly I tried positive integers for m, n and p, and then I tried positive integers for m and n and a negative value for p. I got to the correct answer, which was D, right? Okay, let's move on to our next question. Okay, so here basically three variables are given. So A, B and C, these three variables are given to us. Now we have to try different variety of numbers in this case. Okay, what can we try? Let's put value of B, right? If I put value of B as 1, let's set up a scratch paper quantity A. Answer choice A, B, C, D, quantity B. So let's put B as 1. If we put B as 1, A will be half. What will be B? C will be 3. Okay. So this is half. This is 3. Which quantity is greater? B. So I can eliminate A and C. If we put B is equals to 0, if we directly put B is equals to 0, then A will be 0, C will be 0. Then 0, 0 both are equal. If both are equal, I can eliminate answer choice B. My correct answer is D in this case. Okay? Clear? Okay, let's move on to our next question. Okay, this one. XY is greater than 0 and two quantities are given to us in this case. So firstly, let's open this up. Open this quantity A, simplify it. So this will be 2x square plus 8xy minus xy, 8xy minus xy plus 8xy minus 4y square. Sorry, this will be minus 4y square. Minus 4y square. Okay. So if we simplify this, what we are getting? 2x square plus 7xy minus 4y square. So this is a different variety of question. You will learn something new here. What you can see, what terms are common? 2x square and minus 4xy. 2x square and minus 4y square. These are common. So I have to basically compare 7xy and 8xy. Right? We have to directly compare 7xy and 8xy. So if we compare 7xy and 8xy, what we are getting? What we will get? What should we get in this case? Now here you can see that xy is greater than 0. That means xy is greater than 0. So this has to be correct. Quantity B has to be greater than quantity A. So directly my answer is B. So this was a different approach that you learned in this case, where some of the terms are equal. I just removed the like terms and just compared the unlike terms with the condition given in the question, right? And I was able to get to my correct answer. That is answer choice B. There was no need of trying numbers in this case, right? Okay. Let's move on to our next question. Okay. They've given that the sum of all odd integers is given to us 1 to 100 inclusive. Okay. So firstly, I'll write 1 plus 3 plus 5. Now basically this is a common sense type of question. You need to use some logical mind to get to the correct answer. There is no need of using any formula in this case. So 2 plus 4 plus 6 till 100. Now if you see both these series, right? If you compare both these series, what you will find out? That the number of terms in both the cases are same. From 1 to 100, there are 50 odd integers, and from 1 to 100, there are 50 even integers. Both of them are same, right? But you can see that there is an increment of 1 in each term in the second case. If here is 1, here it will be 2. If here is 3, here it will be 4, 6. So definitely this quantity has to be greater, right? Because there is an increment of 1 in each term. So eventually quantity B will be greater than quantity A, as the number of elements in both of them are same, right? So here there was no need of using any formula to put values. We just used some logic to get to our correct answer quickly. Okay, let's move on to our next question. Okay, this one. X is even, root x is a prime number, x plus y is 11. Okay, now they have given three conditions here, that x is even, root x is prime, and x plus y is 11. So what number is coming into your mind for x and y? X will be only 4, right? Because the only even prime number is 2, right? There is no other even prime number. If the only even prime number is 2, then in that case x has to be 4. So if x is 4, what will be y? Y will be 7. So this is 7, this is 4. Which is correct? So answer choice B is correct directly in this case. Okay, so here three conditions were given. So from the given conditions, I was able to find out different values of x and y and then compared it. Okay, okay, now let's move on to our next question. Okay, P and Q are primes. P plus Q is equals to 12. Quantity A is P, quantity B is 8. Okay, now what numbers are coming into your mind when P and Q are prime and they are eventually giving me 12? It can be 7, it can be 5. Now this can be 5, this can be 7. These are the only possible conditions. Now if P is 5 or P is 7, in both the cases it is smaller than quantity B. So in both the cases quantity B is greater. So directly my answer in this case will be quantity B is greater. Okay, let's move on to our next question. Okay, let's try the last question. Quantity A is given, quantity B is given. Let's set up our scratch paper. This is quantity A. These are my answer choices A, B, C, D. This is quantity B. Right? What numbers can we think about? Let's try x is equals to 0, y is equals to 0. If I try x is equals to 0, y is equals to 0, what will I get? I'll get 12, 12. So that means two quantities are equal. I can eliminate answer choice A and answer choice B. Answer choice A and answer choice B can be eliminated. Now what other numbers you can think about? We can try x is equals to 0, y is equals to 1. If we try x is equals to 0, y is equals to 1, it will give me 0 plus 4, 1 plus 3. And here I'll get 0 plus 3, 1 plus 4. So this will be 4 into 4. This will be 3 into 5. So 16, and this is 15. Here I am getting quantity A greater. So option C is also eliminated. My answer choice D is correct in this case. So this was the last question of quantity comparison. Right, in this session, we learned how to solve quantity comparison with numbers. We learned different approaches. We learned a specific approach of setting up a scratch paper for this particular type of question, right? So that we don't end up wasting our time in reading the options again and again. And we learned some specific short tricks as well, right? Because in order to get a perfect score of 170 in GRE in maths, you need some shorter ways like this to get to the time, get to your answers pretty quickly, right? And manage your time well, right? Then only you will be able to manage your time well, and you will be able to solve the questions in the given time frame, right? And get to your desired score, right? So I hope that this session would have helped you in learning many new things about numbers, and solving quantity comparison questions in less time frame. And we'll learn many such shorter approach and newer ways to get to our correct answer in different chapters, right? Okay, thank you for joining.